Hey, what's going on, Valoramous Vanguards? In today's DJ tutorial, I want to discuss how to rock the crowd during a DJ set. And the key word that I want you to remember here is inclusivity. So when you're playing open format music, you're going to be playing a wide range of music, a wide range of tempos, a wide range of genres. And this is actually, in my opinion, the hardest form of DJing because the level of mastery that you must have and the command that you must have over various genres of music can be quite intense, because it's easy to be very good when you're just an EDM DJ and everything's at 128 BPM or at a small tempo range, and most tracks are generally in one of two keys, F minor or G minor, and you can maintain a consistent vibe throughout the entire set. But when you're playing open format music, you may have to jump from country to rock to hip hop to Latin to EDM to other forms of international music. In order to be inclusive and incorporate everyone in that audience, you will not be able to gravitate towards any one genre or era or vibe for too long, because you could risk losing the other sector or segment of that audience. So in open format music, it's about hitting them quick with a couple of tracks and then moving to the next part of your set. So if you're playing Latin music, you hit them with 2-3 songs, bam, 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 and then you transition to hip hop, bam, bam, bam. Then you transition to pop, bam, bam, bam. Then you may go to rock, bam, bam, bam. Maybe you hit them with a fourth track, bam. Then you may scratch on the one beat and then jump back over to hip hop. Then that could be a hip hop song that's at a certain tempo, and then you build up with some other pop and Latin music to a faster tempo, and then bam, you hit him with EDM, and then bam, 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 hit him with EDM. Then you could jump up to like a hard style, and then you have to go back down to a slow hip hop, and you're gonna be doing this throughout the night in order to incorporate everyone. But it's about managing your music, it's about managing your time and transitions. And when you're rocking the crowd, it's also about not staying on any one track for too long either. So just like you're not staying in one genre for too long, you cannot stay on one track. When you're rocking the crowd, it's generally a 45 to 75, maybe 90-second ordeal per track. So that's usually one verse and one chorus, that's it, bam, move to the next track. You don't have time to stay on that track for too long, because the audience will become bored, they already know what's happening. And the more tracks you can filter through and cycle through, the more you're gonna get the audience involved, and everyone's gonna be involved having this big party. And if you can incorporate tracks that are well known, that people can sing along with, that will also help you rock the crowd and get more folks involved. So I think open format sets are best in either of these mainstream bars and clubs, like dance clubs and mainstream that cater to a wide variety of people, or private events that have multiple genres. Now this becomes even more important to understand various types of music, because now you may be playing to multiple generations where you have to know 60s, 70s, and music from the 80s and even 90s into a seamless set that takes people on a musical journey. So when you're starting out an open format set, you may be at one tempo, let's say it's 75, you won't be able to stay there forever. You may have to gradually increase to 100 or even 128, stay there for a while, maybe it's peak hour, then you may have to go back down in order to allow the audience to relax or recover. You will not be able to stay there for too long either, because then the audience become bored again. You may have to move back up. So in open format music, you hit them, 2-3 songs per genre, move to the next genre, 45 to 90 seconds per song, move to the next song. Your transitions need to be tight. You should be scratching on the one beat, cutting over, or mixing for 4, 8, or 16 bars. You must be properly beat mixed, phrase mixed, and also key mixed as best as possible. If you have two tracks that are complete opposite ends on the scale of music, let's just use the Camelot system for DJs with the 1 alpha, 2 alpha, 12 alpha, 12 bravo, etc. The set will not sound as cohesive, but if you have songs that are 7A, 8A mixing together, it's going to sound much more cohesive. So that's a bit more advanced as a DJ. But master your beat mixing, then your phrase mixing, then your key mixing. Master quick mixing, moving between various tracks in different genres, and know how to take the audience on a musical journey from 75 to 80, 85, up to 100, and then 120, and even 150 BPM, and then bring it back down to give folks a break, and then bring it back up. If you can do this throughout the night for at least an hour and a half, you will rock the crowd. And it will require preparation, it'll require practice, and it's also going to require, more than anything, just knowing your music. So the more hours you input into this craft at home, and the more you really become intimately familiar with your songs, the better it will be when it comes to game day, when you're playing live for that audience, because you will know your music, you will know what works on the dance floor, you will know the highest energy tracks. You may have a system that when you evaluate the music from low energy to high energy, 1 star to 5 star within your Rave-Rock DJ software. 3 stars is somewhere in the middle. At the beginning of the night, you can be playing 1, 2, and 3 star energy tracks, and then at the peak hour, you should be playing 5 star, and maybe at the end of the night, you're playing more 3 star. But open format music is definitely a skill. It's not just playing the biggest hits, because anyone can get up there and be a jukebox and just play the biggest hits. But if you don't know when to make transitions, you don't know how long to play a certain song, or you don't know when it's time to move to a new genre, trust me, those are skills, because you have to read the audience, read the crowd, and know when to switch songs and genres and energy and tempo levels. All this is calculus that the DJ is doing when he or she is performing on stage in order to keep the energy at a consistent level, or increase or lower the energy, and then monitor the crowd in order to choose the best track at that moment in time. Because a lot of times what DJs are doing is selecting the right track at the right time for the proper audience. And if you can do that, you're probably gonna be able to rock the crowd. So if you'd like to learn more about how I conduct my preparation for private events, then click this video right here.
3, 2, 1, lose it.